Hey guys, it's another windy March day, but we're getting a head start on our spring garden, and today I'm getting onions in the ground. The ones that you see in front of me right now I planted in the fall, and they made it through the winter time, and that's going to give us a head start on an onion harvest for the spring to early summer, just depending on how these develop. You can see they took some damage, and where it was covered by snow, because we got a lot of snow, it was protected and the onion made it, but everything that was exposed was hit by that frost and that real cold that we had, and it is gonzo. But onions are very resilient. Onions really don't care. They'll just grow a few more stalks there and just keep on pressing on. So I'm excited to harvest these. I had some also in buckets that didn't fare as well. They have more damage. I think they weren't able to hold as much snow, and plus they don't have as much mass surrounding them being in a bucket to hold that heat. So the cold affects them, gets to them quicker than say these in a raised bed that have pretty good insulation. But I'm excited about these, and I'm gonna go ahead and start planting today some little onion seedlings that I started 3 weeks or about a month ago, give or take. I really can't remember. So much has been going on. I'm just squeezing this in today because here in a minute we're gonna go pick up our mini donkeys, and that's gonna be crazy exciting for several days. So I'm gonna get a jump start on this, and that way it's going while our attention is focused elsewhere. So with these guys, you may have seen other videos where I take seedlings out of the seed tray and then put them into red solo cups and then harden them off that way, and it's kind of a longer process. With the onions, if I did that, I'd have 8 gazillion red solo cups, like one for each onion, and it's really just not worth it because they're pretty hardy. They can come on out here after a couple days of hardening off under the carport with a little bit of light and some wind and lower temps. They're ready to come out into the garden, and we put all this good soil in just the other day too, and it's going to be just a really rich, awesome growing environment for them. So I'm feeling pretty good about it. But to plant the onion out of the seed tray, you're going to have probably a couple clumped together, and with other plants usually you kind of pinch them off and just take the best one. But with onions, by the way, it's really windy. If you didn't hear me before, you can probably hear the wind now. But take the onions and just kind of separate them, and we've got 3 little seedlings right here. So for that, I've got some in already, and I'm going to space them about 4 to 6 inches apart is what the guidance in the books say. And I'm kind of more of I like to cram plants together because it helps keep weeds out and it helps create shade, and I've always just had good success with that. So a lot of times I take what the book says and kind of cut it in half, or just ignore it and sort of experiment with it. And sometimes plants do get planted a little too closely, so I will just take them and transplant them somewhere else, and then they usually take off when they've got the correct amount of space. So that's kind of a fun little experiment to see. I always encourage people to try different things. Don't just do exactly what the book says or what you read on the internet. Learn, experiment, and that's how you're really going to remember those good gardening lessons. And write that stuff down and take good notes. But these onions, they'll be ready to harvest in, I don't know, maybe a month or two. We'll see how they go. And these guys will be ready to harvest closer to late summer or fall, the little seedlings that I'm planting today. And by planting our crops that way, that's how we can have availability of certain crops kind of throughout the year. You have to sort of spread them out and space them that way. Like with radishes, you can take them and plant a different batch like every week or every couple weeks, and then you're going to have a lot of radish production for a long time. So succession planting is what that's called. I was trying to remember the term. But anyway, we've got the, I'm gonna keep working on these because like I said, I'm kind of just in a hurry right now because we've got to go get these donkeys, and our attention is not gonna be on the garden for a couple days. But we are planning on getting the rest of our spring garden in, hopefully this weekend, which is, what was that, 3-4 days away. So we'll come back and we'll make some more videos, show you what we're doing there. So we're getting a little bit of a later start on our spring garden this year because last year we felt like we did it a little early. But our last frost date this year is April 1st, and this is the first week of March. So if that kind of tells you anything. Actually, no, where am I? I don't even know what day it is. This is the second week of March. So we're okay. But anyway, so that's all about onions that I know. So we're gonna go ahead and get the rest of these in the ground, and we'll check back with you later. So I hope your onion harvest is plentiful and you're in the kitchen crying tears of joy before you know it. Thanks for watching. Until next time, cheers.